Good morning. Feel blessed. Be blessed. And stay blessed. Good morning to you all. It'll fill in. It will fill in. It will fill in. As we take this journey upon life, you have to understand certain things are not going to be automatic. Certain things are not going to come as fast as you may like. But you just keep doing what you know you should do for you. You just keep doing the things that you know feel right. It'll fill in. It'll fill in. It will fill in. All the things that you worry about that you have no actual control over, please understand there will come a time where everything will fall into the place it's supposed to be in. But in order for that to happen, you must be willing to fight the entire way through. That you don't just give up in those moments where everything seems like it's against you. Or it seems like you're having more bad days than good days. You still have to fight and you have to push and do the things that you know you should do. Continue to do the things that make you feel more you. I mean, realistically, we all have this idea of self. But at the end of the day, if that self vision that you have is filled with more of your ego than your soul, then you really have no idea who you truly are. Because it's not until you actually move from your soul that you can actually find the space that you're supposed to be in. Doing the things that make you feel right. It will fill in. It will fill in. It will fill in. All the things that you think you're missing, please understand that there comes a time where, like I said, everything's going to be in place. But that's only after consistent work on your part. Doing the things that seem like they make absolutely no sense, but yet come game day, and all of a sudden now you're doing everything that you need to do to make the game end and you winning and not losing. It's only by pushing. By truly just pushing, putting your foot on your own neck and holding yourself to the things that you know you should do to make you feel better about you. That's when it's real. When it's not based off of everyone else telling you should do this, you should do that. No. And when it gets to the point where you're so aggravated with yourself that you understand that you are the one that haven't been doing what you said you were going to do. That's 100% on you. No one else but you. Once you reach that stage of understanding, it becomes a different game. It truly becomes a different game. It truly becomes a different game. Once you truly understand that the only way for everything to fill in is by you doing what you know you're supposed to do. Without questioning it, without getting upset over it, without being, like a spoiled child and saying it's not going the way I expected it, so I'm going to just quit, I'm going to give up, I'm just going to stop. No, sir, my friend, you just keep pushing. You keep pushing. You just keep pushing. And it will fill in. It will fill in. I promise you. As long as you're doing the things that you hold back in your mind that you don't even actually converse with anyone else about because you're too afraid of what they may say to you. If you say these things about what you really truly feel and think, those are the actual conversations that dictate which way our life is going to go. It's not the verbal conversation we have, it's the internal conversations that we have that actually make our lives better or worse. Because someone outside of you can tell you all day long you're the best person in the world. But if your internal dialogue is the opposite of that, Even if 1,000 people tell you that, you still are in disbelief. Like, that can't possibly be me you're talking about. Internal dialogue is very important. Internal dialogue is very important. Internal dialogue is very important. There's so many moments where you can get caught up in this situation where you almost give in to yourself, your ego. But then something else happens and your soul pulls you right back in. You have to understand, you are not your moment of pain. You are not your moment of joy. You are not your moment of any emotion or any situation. You are so much more. Because no matter how good or negative the situation may be, it will never last. So you are so much more than any emotion you may feel. And once you come to understand this, everything seems a little different. And all your words seems a little bit more precious. When you understand internal dialogue is so important. You can tell someone outside of yourself all day long that you're doing everything you know you need to do to get whatever goal it is that you're actually trying to reach. You can tell them all day long. But if you know for a fact on the inside, even as you're speaking these words, you're lying, these words are in vain. And it will never fill in. It will never fill in. It will never fill in. If you do these type of things, if you spend more times trying to convince everyone else that you're doing it and that you're actually big and you're on your game, instead of actually just being quiet and just doing it. Let your work speak for itself. Do what you're supposed to do. Be quiet. Work is quiet. Work is quiet. Work is quiet. When you're working, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different. So you just keep working until you work so hard that everything you're doing begins to make noise. That you work so hard that it becomes a bang every time. Just keep doing what you're supposed to be doing. For you to become the person you're supposed to become. But the only way to do that is to be disciplined. Like I said, apply the pressure to yourself before anyone else. No one should expect more of you than you expect of you. What you think about that one? That's the only way for it to fill in. That's the only way for it to fill in. That's the only way for everything to fill in. Is by you expecting more of you than anyone else. That you go out of your way to hold yourself to your words that you promised that you were going to do for you to be a better you. Don't wait for confirmation. Don't wait for anyone to tell you that what you're doing is the right thing or the wrong thing. You simply just do what you know you need to do. The things you feel in your heart that's right for you. Every soul is different, no different. Every body is different. What works for me may not work for you. But there still can be a lesson learned in mixing and matching what works for me and what works for you, and see if I can find a way to flip that so it actually does eventually work for me. That's the point of life. To take everything that you see before you and twist it and make it work in your favor. To make it work in your favor. That you do the work. Do the work. Do the work. And the scale all of a sudden now is in your favor. So when everything falls, it falls into line and not out of place. The only way for everything to fill in, to fill in, to fill in, is by you doing what you know you're supposed to do. I know it's easier said than done, but at the same time, you know when you've fallen short. No matter how many congratulations you may get, you know that wasn't your best. No matter how many congratulations you've gotten, you know you could do a little bit better. No matter how many people you have pleased, you know. The only way for it to fill in, to fill in, to fill in is by doing what you know you should do for you and no one else. Because as far as I'm concerned, that's the only way for you to ever feel blessed, be blessed, and stay blessed. Just let it fill in. Just let it fill in. Just let it fill in. Good morning. Good morning to you all.